Hello, everybody. Sorry about that transition. I didn't realize my channel was still on mute. So let me make some adjustments. There we go. Okay. Hope everybody's doing wonderfully today. It is a little later than my normal want to start, but we had so much stuff that we had to get done earlier today, earlier this morning, earlier this afternoon, and they were all very time sensitive. It wasn't something I could put off until a little bit later, so we wanted to make sure that we got it done comfortably, and it looks like we had some success in that, but at the cost of starting a little bit later than I normally would like to start, and we'll probably run a little bit shorter than I'd normally like to run. But that's okay. It's I'm not going to focus really on the time of it. I just kind of have fun, and then I feel like, well, okay, here's when, I got to do other stuff for the day, or I want to do other stuff for the day. This is kind of my reprieve. So it's I don't keep it super I'm not super granular with tracking the time here and there. I kind of just do it when I can and the mood strikes me. I do want to go ahead and say some, I guess, the progress that we've made. I'm going to be picking up where we left off on the Banjo-Kazooie. If you are someone who likes my content, I like and respect your outlook on how you handle your channel. Well, thank you. I've had people, and you've seen them. I mean, you and I have been friends and talking back and forth and doing internet stuff, all of that for... now it's been going on 4 years. I've had people come in and, hey, you want to play this popular game? That'll help you with the algorithm. Or if you set up a more consistent stream schedule, and I'm like, sure, I could do that, and maybe I could monetize it, and maybe I could play the algorithm game. But then I'd lose the essence of the gaming experience. I don't want this to become a job. I want this to be something that is fun just like it used to be fun, and I get to share that fun. And if an algorithm doesn't seem to like that, well, then I guess that's the algorithm's problem, not mine. I find it odd when someone comes into a stream asking for this and that. Never understood. I don't understand it either. Anyway, play. I'm not very good at it, but I might play some I like Mortal Kombat. I'm not good at the old ones. The newer ones I'm a lot better at. The old ones I'm not. I mean, you've seen, I'm not good, but I like them. I have fun. I don't understand that. When people come in and they want to, hey, have you ever thought of playing this? I'm okay with that. I don't mind that. When it's somebody coming in and going, hey, you'd get more viewers if you did this. I'm like, oh, well, you assume that that's the goal of the channel. Like, that's not the goal of the channel. The goal of the channel is to recapture the fun and nostalgia that we used to have when playing games. It's kind of okay, let me liken it to something, and I don't want to turn anybody off by this, but it's just a good example, I think, is science to religion. I'm not saying you should be religious. I'm not saying you should be a-religious. I'm not opining on that. I'm just making an observation from 30,000 foot. That it's fun, even if there's no evidence, no reason for it, or whatever. It's fun to imagine beyond what we know. It's fun to recapture the imagination beyond what we know. And when you get to the point of where everything is a science, everything is quantified, it's kind of what makes Star Wars so enticing, is everything is explicable by science except for the Force, and then all of a sudden it isn't. It's, midichlorians maybe, but probably not. There's a mystery, there's a mystique. That's what I want to recapture. And when everything is made into the science of it, and not enough of it's made into the potentially spiritual or ethereal, that's a better word for it, I think that's the case. So again, I'm not telling you become religious or a-religious. What I'm saying is I can quantify down to the second how to make this channel profitable and what games to play and how to utilize and leverage the algorithm. Or I can try to just do what feels fun and hope that I recapture the fun that is the collective fun that's out there. Kind of tap into that, using the Star Wars reference, that collective force, and tap into that. And I think that's what I want to do. I could do the science part, I could quantify it, or I could just try to tap into that feel of the power of nostalgia and fun and all of that, and hope that you guys enjoy that too. So that's what I like to recapture. How did you feel when you were playing this game when you were however old you were? Were you 10, were you 15, were you 18, when you sat up all night in your college dormitory and you binge played or binge watched something? What was that like? What was motivating you to do that? Let's capture that again. Let's capture that kind of fun enthusiasm. So I always find the people funny who just ask questions, and then while you're answering the question, they'll already be asking another one. Yeah, I don't understand that. That has been an interesting format. I do not understand that, but that's usually the case. Is most people that ask questions, most people who ask questions these days don't want answers. They just want to. They want answers, but they want their answers. And so when you start on an unsatisfactory answer, they'd rather ask another question or inundate you with their answer. But that's me. That's what I've been trying to do. So, off topic, I've been listening to a band I found out called Ghost. Ooh, you found Ghost. Ooh, good call. Good call. And I'm hooked. I can't even describe their genre, a mix of 70s. Oh no, I am very familiar with Ghost. They look like a death metal cult in outfits. Yeah, they do. And Ghost has the upside down cross, which makes the T, so it almost looks like it is a cultist. But it's they're great. They are great. I am a big fan of. So I have some. So around where I am, there's a bunch of metal bands. And the sound engineer that I talked about, as well as a couple of other friends of mine, actually make up this band in our area called Astringency. And they're actually a decently popular band. They've played and headlined for, I believe they've played and headlined for, maybe I'm wrong, I'm going to say this, but I think they've played and headlined for like even Black Dahlia Murder, which is a really big band here as well. And so we get to hear all of the metal stuff because of their recommendation. And I actually went and watched. These are the people that I went and watched the Star Wars Episode 1 25th anniversary in the cinema. These are the ones I watched them with. My younger brother actually used to be the bassist. He decided to drop out to pursue his own creative visions, but he used to be their bassist, and it was just we get all the cool metal stuff. I would have missed it otherwise. I'm annoyed it's taking me so long to find out about them, but I've been listening to them for weeks now, and there isn't a single song. Oh no, don't be annoyed about it. It's just good that you found them now. Yeah, no, they're great. They are really good. Fellow bassist here, I miss it, man. I love to play instruments. I'm definitely older fashioned. I'm definitely someone who I know how to play the bass and the piano and the guitar. I do enjoy piano most. That's my favorite, but I do have some pretty. I'm decent with a guitar, decent with a bass. My brother is much better at both of those than I am. I can tell you that. He has this big old, it's a 5-string purple Schecter such and such. I don't even know what it is, but that was his bass when he was with them. Very, very cool bass though. Looked almost kind of like a Kerry King something, but obviously bass instead of guitar. Guitars, bass, drums, and keys for me, but bass is my instrument. Keys is definitely my weakest. Keys are definitely my favorite, but I also don't play I don't play a lot of metal. Like if I'm playing the guitar, I might play some metal. I'm a big System of a Down fan and have been for decades at this point. Ever since their stuff started coming out in the mid-late 90s, I've been a fan. And but when I do piano, I seem to incline towards like more classical. And I like even with System, I'm a big Serj Tankian fan, and he came out with a bunch of albums that were his separate from System, which were like Imperfect Harmonies and Elect the Dead, which I still have the collector's edition that I got back in 2007, and Harakiri, I think, is one he came up with, and Orca, which was his 4-part symphonic. Oh, it was so nice. So I definitely I kind of incline towards that type of artistic, but I love all kinds. I certainly love I love metal. I was a huge fan of during my biggest metal phase. Death Clock obviously was huge because they had such strong, like it was hilarious, but then they had such strong guitar solos and the vocals were great. The lyrics were nonsensical and the rhythms were still amazing. And then it was like Cradle of Filth. What was the other one? On Earth was probably one. Shoot, who was another? I mean, obviously classic. I'm not like Black Sabbath and all of that, but I'm just like, I'm trying to think of some of the slightly newer, like early 2000s ish. Ghost was big, but it's not. Obviously, Ghost is dated differently, but I'm trying to think of more of the ones that were centric to that time. I can't even think of. There's one I'm not thinking of the. I can't even think of it. The guitarist and lead vocalist was Alexi Laiho. I can't think of his. Which he's no longer with us anymore, sadly. And I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. Did Bed of Razors and all kind. Anyway, I can't think of it. But anyway, good stuff. Really fun. I'm a fan of all the metal stuff. Sabbath, Priest, Solo Ozzy, Iron Maiden, and Big Metallica. Oh, heck yeah. Fantastic stuff. Children of Bodom, thank you very much. I could not think for the life of me of that. Hey, Miss Maggie, how are you doing? I hope you're doing famously today. We're a little later than we normally are, and this one might be a little shorter, but I'm just gonna play and have fun, and we'll see where the game takes us. Ghosts are skyrocketing to me for my favorite band. Oh yeah, no, great. Yeah, Children of Bodom was I really loved Children of Bodom. Bed of Razors was one of my absolute favorites. They had a lot. They had this kind of melodic. Oh, and Dimmu Borgir was a huge one too. I loved Dimmu Borgir, especially Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, where they take that moment of solemn. There's kind of this solemn moment where it's just Mustas, which was their keyboard artist at the time, their keys player at the time, and there was this slow. Oh, it was so nice, very very nice. Doing amazing. My country just won the International Hockey Cup. Oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome. I wish I could follow hockey more closely, but we live in a desert and we have technically a hockey team, but we live in the desert. So it's like, okay, you play hockey on the melted ice. International hockey though, that is fantastic. That is super. Is it them who play? I think it was. I think it was. That's super awesome. Who did they play against? Who did they win the cup against? And now I got to take a look. That is awesome. Let's see. Oh, I should specify. Versus Switzerland, looks like. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that would have had to have been an intense match, my goodness. Yeah, United States ousted from Hockey Worlds Canada into semifinals, which is no shocker there. I saw that. Oh, well. Hello, Bogus, how you doing? I hope you're doing famously. I'm reading the post. I don't usually do X. It came up in the Google feed. It says you all NHL fans should know that the Czech Republic just became the 2024 IIHF Ice Hockey World Champion. So proud of my home country. Lots of beer will be drunken back home. Drunken back. Is that how that is said? I think it would just be lots of beer will be drunk back home. But either way, super excited. I'm weird with words. It's nothing against anybody who wants to speak in their way. It's just the way that my mind works. So my apologies. That is the world. Some people are saying it was the greatest World Hockey Championship in history this year. That is amazing. That is awesome. I mean, people are absolutely going off on the on just super excited. That is amazing. Well, congratulations! I'm so happy. I am so happy that you're on the high of a high victory there. Never been a big sports fan. Years back, I played some rugby, and being English, our football was just always around that. But it's about it. Sports are all over the place here, but it's almost always linked into about four. Football American, which is going to be from September to February. And then you've got you've got baseball, you've got basketball, and then you have football, which should actually be football, soccer, right? What we call soccer. And the only reason we call it soccer is to differentiate between American football, which makes no sense, and otherwise. Have you seen the Shadow of Erdtree trailer? I don't think I have. Is it really good? Or does it look really good? I will say I've just come off of playing quite possibly one of my favorite just random games ever. I bought it because it was super, super inexpensive. Soccer. We do that because we call the American football as well. It would be better if we had picked a different name, but we didn't. It does look good. You might restart Elden Ring. That sounds awesome, but Elden Ring had some... I got frustrated, and that's probably my fault with it. There was some tedium that I was like, oh my goodness. Let me take a look here and see really quickly what we've got. Shadow of Erdtree. Oh. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Sorry, I was gone. It was... Yeah, no worries. I was taking a look. I was reading some of the comments. It looks like everybody's super, super excited. A lot of people are saying that is the best hockey championship game to have ever occurred. So that's pretty high praise. And I mean, obviously, I imagine that it was a tense and tight game, but that's super great. No, I was just not terribly. I was reading off some of the. I went up and looked up and wanted to see what people were saying about the victory, about the International Hockey Cup having been won that way, and read some comments and that were being. I mean, people were saying it was, like I said, people are saying it is the best, one of the best championship game of all of history. They're saying that the 2024 Cup is historic at this point. That is fantastic. And then we were just talking about kind of sports in general, and I was just encouraged to take a look at the Shadow of Erdtree, which I am taking a look at right now. Which is beautiful. One of the things I will give to the Soulsborne games is they are absolutely gorgeous. The way that they are designed is just absolutely beautiful. It's a world I would happily live in. I don't know that I would live in it as a hero or a villain necessarily, but I would certainly live in it as a passing tenant while the other guys did what they did, and hopefully... Oh my goodness, what is that thing? Hopefully it didn't end up messing up my lawn. It was awesome. I saw the stream notification a little after we won. That's amazing. I'm super happy about that. Congratulations, and it's so good to know that you'll have that to be beaming about. Hopefully, for a long time to come. That's an awesome thing to have. So I can't. America doesn't. When it comes to international sports, the U.S. is. We're not taking a lot of football, and we're not taking a lot of hockey trophies. For Olympics, we do well, but beyond the Olympics, it's like we were talking about how I was a pro rugby player back in the day. They called me Earlobes McGee. I mean, we still celebrated our victory in Nagano back in 1998. We beat the U.S. Oh, well, yeah, I was going to say, I'm still not convinced America's real. We're not coming home with, that's one of the things I know a lot of people are like, but I'd love to say, like, I love America, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to some of these sports, when it comes to hockey, when it comes to soccer, we could do better. Like I said, when we go to the Olympics, we usually do bring some A game there. Not too bad. But when we go to hockey, when we go to football, it is all over. What is the phrase here? It's all over but the crying. That's pretty true. That looks... Oh, and there's a beautiful collector's edition of that, Shadow of Archery. That is a beautiful collector's edition. That actually looks really intense. I love that. Okay, all right, fine. You might have me going back into Elden Ring. What I was going to say is I played a game which is probably my most... I would say this is probably my least anticipated and yet one of my most favorite games this year. And I found it randomly, and it was brought to my attention. Ash brought it to my attention, actually, that it was based originally off of a Skyrim mod, which I guess he solidified it. I had heard that, but then you said it, and I was like, wait, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that is true. But it was called The Forgotten City. And it was, I think it's originally like $39 or $29, $30, something like that. And I played it religiously anytime that I had some free time for an hour or two. And it went on sale. It was like $13. I had a $10 coupon, so it was like $3 and change. It was worth $30, not to mention, or 30 or 40. For me, I enjoyed it that much, so certainly worth $3. Forgotten City, though, oh my goodness, I highly recommend it. The music is amazing. It's fun. It's a puzzle. It definitely will mess with your mind a little bit. So it was an enormous deal here today. Stores had changed closing times and restaurants are open until 6 a.m. Oh, that's I wish we had that too. That's another thing. Usually what happens here when we don't have anything like that happens. Like if we go to the Olympics and we bring back more gold than anybody, like, yeah, sure, the hometown does fine or whatever, but the U.S. doesn't do anything. But if football games, and I mean American football games, are played and the other guy loses, then usually what it is like two guys will go and push a truck over. Like, that's what happens. If you park in a parking lot, a public parking space, and you've advertised that you're a fan of the team that beats the other team, then the other team might turn your vehicle on its head. And that's about the extent of it. That's about as exciting as we are. It's never in the best possible way, sadly. So I love that happens. I love seeing celebrations like that and the excitement. And, restaurants are open until that's okay. We're changing closing times. We've got this. That's such a cool phenomenon. I wish we did more. I wish we had more reverence towards those types of things, more admonishment for our hyper successful things. I'm joking in case the higher ups are listening in. Got to watch out for the CIA. That's the thing. What is the phrase? What is the phrase? Is the greatest thing the devil's ever done is to convince you he doesn't exist. That's the platitude. Take of that what you will, but I just plug America into that. The best thing that we've ever done is convince you that we do. The most evil thing we've ever done is to convince you we don't exist. We do. We exist. We have these fairly ridiculous accents, and I think mine's fairly neutral American, so perhaps it's less ridiculous, perhaps it's more ridiculous. We certainly have our plethora of ridiculous accents, and we have ideologies to follow in spades. We're just a 248-year-old group of silly people. But that's okay. I have a wonderful accent, 11 out of 10. I think a lot of Americans like accents that aren't American accents. I don't think they particularly care where they are from, so long as they're not American accents. So that's probably true. Doesn't bother me. I just want my words to be clear. I hope people enjoy my voice as much as I have it ringing in your ears while you're here. I hope it's at least not grating and annoying. But I think it's mostly neutral. It's not quite transatlantic. Yeah. I think a lot of people think that the English... I think a lot of Americans, I should clarify, think that the English accent is one of the more desirable accents to have. I think there is a little bit of that. I think there is a little bit of that that's still there. I have a question. What question might that be? Yesterday I played Dying Light with my IRL friends. We tried to say everything in the most overly complicated British way. Where's Banjo? Stop talking, stream. Oh, I was enjoying the conversation. Miss Maggie, I would love an example of... I would love an example of how you... If you can type one. If you can't, obviously, I understand. I can conceptualize, but if you could, I would love to hear it. Overly complicated British, bit offended, I'll be honest. I don't know. I think there is one thing that I think happens. Mate, I require resuscitation, is what... Okay, I like... So there's a thing, British... I will go ahead and switch over to the banjo real quick, yeah. There is one thing I think is a culture that pervades people's belief, I think. Or their perception of British culture, and that is that they are... that British individuals are always... or are often very polite. And I think that sometimes that can lengthen what could normally be a standard conversation a little bit, because you're trying to be as polite as possible, and as polite as possible, and as concise, let's say. I'm the only true English person in this metal chat right now. You don't have any other loyal English viewers? No, I don't. I haven't. Polite. Are they not particularly polite about whereabout you are? I mean, I know down here, I will say that around where I am, people are particularly polite as well. But they don't English very well. The banjo pause music in the background adds comedy. That's a good way to look at it. It's good. If a new English viewer enters the domain, we'll have to fight one another. As it is, there can be only... It's a Highlander. There can be only one. I think that's kind of the view. Around where we are, it's not... being polite is a non-ask. It is an expected thing. But it's a non... What am I trying to say? It's not optional. It is a required thing. But good English and good diction aren't necessarily. So you'll have people that'll speak very poor English to you, but they're incredibly sweet and very polite. So I'm polite. Well, fair enough. I mean, it would be yours to deem better than I could. I don't know. Okay. Oh, hey, new English viewer, but I'm Australian, codenamed the Doctor, and I travel to the retro room in my TARDIS. Very nice. You're in the mansion now. I remember you said you wanted to show something to me. I did, and I did it. Vinny, even though you do have the Australian flag does have the Union Jack as a part of it. Oof. You know. Thanks, another Crab's Treasure. So what I opted to do is I opted to do 3/4, just about 3/4 of the note, 60% of the jiggy. I'll have another jiggy up here in a minute when I do the Motsand part, and then I'll show the transformation, and I think we'll do Rusty Bucket Bay. I think that's what we're going to aim for. It's all fine. Do you remember what we... Oh, Ash, okay. Megan Charles like, I don't. Motsand. Jeez. Okay, so this one's a memory game. I don't know what you agreed upon, and I'm sorry. It's a memory one, and I should be able to, but I haven't flexed my memory today, so I'll try. Oh, I didn't see what you hit. Oh, it's not a memory one. I just do it after he does it. Oh, really? Okay. I just caught up on that, Miss Maggie. I was sitting there with bated breath, going, what is it that they had to... What did they agree on? Does Monson hurt me if I touch him? I don't know. I'll just not touch him, I guess. They're all the same note. I'm also stream hopping a little, no worries. We always appreciate when you can pop in, but I want everybody to be, I want to be very clear on this. I'm not, I know that there are some people that have this like, oh, if you don't watch my streams, you're not a true this or true, that's nonsense. You come and go as you please, if you please. This is about playing a game, having fun, talking about silly topics. There is, you do what you will. You don't, I mean, you don't have to nobody has to justify themselves to me. And the reason I bring that up, I'm not saying that that's what you were trying to do. It's just, I had somebody say something last time. It was like they were apologizing, and I'm like, oh, you don't have to apologize. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that was a lot easier than I remember. Let's see. Well, if you think they're on something, when filming Doctor Who 73 Yards, it was a rather peculiar episode. Turns it to my say goodbye to this. My goodness, oh my goodness, what happened? Not a loyal viewer, remove his communication. Streamer, remove his communication privileges. That's funny. You shouldn't make me feel so bad for missing. I don't think I ever do. At least I try not to. I missed Retro Stream last week at DMC. Glad I was... That's not true at all. You message... I don't know if I should... I don't know if I actually have permission to say anything on that, so I won't. As a fun fact, I do not message people and say, oh, why didn't you show up? Or nothing like that. You're gonna get me in trouble, Ash. I struggled through that stream alone. I think we did pretty good. We were pretty quick about it. It wasn't perfect, but I think we did all right. Are you talking about when we kept talking about how annoying this new bedroom? It's not. You're going to get me in trouble, Ash. No such a thing was said. All right. You know, that's we talked. I typed up the explanation on that because Ash, you actually asked a really good question about Boggy and or not? Was it Boggy or yeah, it was Boggy, and I think I brought up also Bottles, but it was like there's so much. I love the fact that headcanons are still a thing. I love the fact that people are still willing to go out and say, well, maybe it's because. I mean, it's not just because that the. It's not just because the game didn't have to be a fully realized perfect story at that time. It's not that. Oh no, it's gotta be they actually did this, but they wanted you to figure it out. One of the things I really wanted to know about, which was I thought a pretty cool part of the story. Let's go ahead and grab this. Oh, I'm out of gold feathers. Dang. Okay, well that's fine. You can't come out here. The Mumbo mask in this one is only a mask. It's not actually like a helmet. It doesn't cover the back of the head. There we go. And originally in the book, it said something about Mumbo. it said something about Mumbo supposedly being cursed with that mask by Grunty. And it was supposed to come off after you defeated her, but you didn't technically defeat her in... you don't technically defeat her because there's a second one, you know? I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Sorry, really quickly so I don't get hit by the passing ghosts. What is the scariest game... Oh, let's see. Let me real quick. Banjo... Well, you could read it at your leisure. Come on. I get excited about things like that. I do apologize. It's a long read. I should put like, what do they call it? TLDR? Too long, didn't read, I think is what they call it. I should put those, though, at the end, I guess. Thought his fan fiction was Retro actually developing the third Banjo-Kazooie game without... Maybe. I do hope Banjo 3 starts with them arguing about Banjo... oh, well, good. Wow. Jeez, okay. Bogus, to answer your question, scariest game I've ever played. So I'm not afraid. There was only... Now I get to bring... Ash, you're going to love this. I only have one thing that scares me. Okay, I need a gold feather to get these notes. I only have one thing that really scares me. Murderers, monsters, mayhem. None of that actually scares me. Well, dang. I guess I am going to have to go get those feathers. And it's time. Time's the only thing that scares me. And there aren't very many games, thankfully, that cover time, and not in a way that I would consider to be scary. So, but there was one when I was a little younger, I guess. It came out in 92 or 3, I think. And it was called Waxworks. And I thought, at that time, there was one guy that could age you to death, which is a horrifying thing in my mind. And so I think that one was probably the one I'd consider the scariest. I don't like murderers and random, killers and things like... None of that really scares me. None of that bothers me. Splatterhouse is not a big deal or anything like that. But for some reason, time bothers me. Age, right? Death doesn't bother me either, just age. Dying is not... I've never been afraid to die, but getting there, oof. In the event that it wouldn't go gracefully, has been one of my largest fears ever. And that may sound silly, honestly, and I apologize if it does, but that's just me. Okay, I'm sorry. One thing I like is when people send a huge wall of... One thing I like to do is when people send huge wall of text to the post, there's one image of the enormous scroll that says not reading all of that. That's fair. Time. Yeah, time. We finish each other's sentences all the time. Don't be jealous. Scariest game, but Retro Room tried watching my Silent Hill project, gave him the word. It was... I like your... I really like the project. That's the thing, is Silent Hill and all of those... A lot of people find, like, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, all those traditionally scary. I love watching your projects, but it's just very difficult for me to be afraid of things that have never bothered me. I've never been afraid of ghosts or any of that, so... There we go. That clears half of the church. Do you find Majora's Mask scary? No, I thought it could be a little unsettling when you find yourself originally, and obviously I'm not... I didn't find it scary. I could understand where it'd be unsettling for you to find yourself randomly as the Deku Boy. I found that. But I didn't find it particularly scary otherwise. Are you prepared? Oh, good lord, Ash. That really broke the... How about scary things in games that are not meant to be scary? I'll start. Okay. Alright, let's see. I want to see your example. I think that'll be good. I've been punished for stream hopping. No. It's a bit scary, especially in the East region. Right. Yes. Are you afraid of that English bloke who hides under your bed sometimes? Play Mortal Kombat. No, I'm not. Recently, I've been quite obsessed with Burnout 3. It's a silly, fun all around. Stupid one-liners everywhere, but there's then the Impact Time mode And the sound it makes is genuinely uncomfortable to me. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, I could understand that. Same situation with, like, whether you're afraid or not. The stress-inducing Sonic the Hedgehog drowning noise, I think, is always kind of... Let me think. What is what would I... something scary in a game not meant to be scary. Let me think. That's a good question. Australia's premium. It's one of the best EKG monitors, screams. It's one of the best racing games. Yeah, I agree. I meant Majora's Mask in the way that you said that time is limited to... your time is limited and you die after 3 days. No, it's more about age. Like, the thing about Majora's Mask is that time... You have kind of the boon of time being reset. That's a good ask. But you kind of have the boon of time being able to be reset in that. It's more like... it's quite the opposite. Like, in Waxworks, this sorcerer can hit you with a spell that ages you through your entire life in a matter of a minute. That's a scary concept. That's what I guess that's what I mean. I should have been a little bit more clear, but yeah, that's usually what I'm talking about. There was a game called Uninvited for NES. In the same situation, you could grow this fruit. If you ate the fruit, though, you died in like 60 seconds. Do you know Fear and Hunger 2 Termina? I don't know. I don't guess I do know that. I remember playing the Zort games, which weren't necessarily scary, but let's see. Yeah. Time is a huge stress thing for me. I really dislike pressure in that, but I did like Majora's Mask. That's fair. Here's our little transformation, by the way. Here's a harmless little pumpkin. What you gonna do about this now, guys? What you got? The game I'm making is called Time. That would be awful. The Fear and the Hunger games are the cruelest games I've ever... The Fear and Hunger games, the cruelest games. I feel like I've heard of those, but I don't know that I know them, so I don't want to say that without certainty. It's adorable, isn't it? And see, I'm a carved one. I'm a carved little pumpkin. What you gonna do about this? Let me scoot around. What you gonna do? I gotta go to the... It's cute. I love it. Yeah, I think that's been more along the lines of what I would consider to be the scariest or scary. I believe this one is out of reach from down here, but I need the notes. Yeah, I have to fall down. Time scares you know one day you won't be able to make people happy by being excellent. Wow. Recently, from what I played, Animal Well has a few scary moments. Very nice. I think I would... I mean, I'd love to see them. I need to double check and see... Or look them up, because they sound familiar, but I don't know that I know them. And so I would hesitate to say that I know them until I could see... what exactly they are. I think that would be my big... But like, I think a lot of people usually will cite, like, Outlast. Oh, Outlast is... And Outlast doesn't really... Like, stuff like that doesn't really bother me. I will say, if you... Not fear, but stress. If you're looking for that type of fear, I think Resident Evil 8 has a segment that is absolutely perfect at inducing some edge-of-your-seat stress. Like, that type of... I have to remember where the little... ramp is for me to get up there. But yeah, if you get a chance, I think playing that would be... if you've already played it, you know what part I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure. There's the ramp. Okay, and I've missed it somehow. How have I missed it? Where's the... Do you like games like Undertale, Deltarune, Earthbound, and stuff? Yes, I love Earthbound, and I haven't played Deltarune yet, but I really loved Undertale as well. I thought it was great. I love the music and all that too. Oh, very nice. Oh, I'm not gonna say it's like Halo 2 and 3. Fair enough. Yeah, I really like those types of story kind of games where you have to kind of think a little bit more, and there's a little bit more. I forget how do I get there? Hey, streamer, what's your favorite? Burgers or trees? Probably. I could live without burgers, but trees I would have trouble living without. It's an interesting question. Pears or chairs? I don't know. I can't really eat pears, but I used to love them. They used to be one of my absolute favorites. Do you prefer fishing or sitting on a warm toilet seat? Probably fishing, because at least I'll get lunch after that, or food from that. I think there's a little squirm around here somewhere, but I don't know if I'm right or not. I have to remember how to get, because that's where I need. But I think there's like a little squirm under or something that I can. It's like a little window, I thought. And I have to figure out where in the world it is. Yeah, I said probably fishing, because that might mean that I have dinner at the end of the day if it's a particularly. What's your favorite thing to do? Dance or tell the neighbors mailman stopped by 6 times today? Yeah, there's the little window. Probably tell the neighbor the mailman stuff. I don't know. I'm not a particular fan of either of those, but probably dance. I wouldn't want to pester the neighbor. Fear and Hunger games are still very hard. I didn't finish the first. Okay, I need to take a look at these, so I will. Hopefully, on your recommendation, I will take a look at those and see, because it's, again, Blood, Guts, Gore is something it's never been a scary thought or anything like that to me. Yay! Oh. Well, I have to say, I absolutely love Viddy, and the kind of energy that he puts out into the gaming sphere and the internet. So, could say that's probably my. I could say Viddy's probably probably my favorite Australian. I think that's pretty. I've not seen a single Mad Max. Oh, that's a shame. Those are fun. They are fun, but I can also understand. Okay, all right. I'm going to say something that's going to upset Ash, and I'm going to say it without the intention of it, but knowing it will. I haven't seen the Dune movies yet. Still, I have access to them. I just haven't had time to sit down and watch them, and I am so ready to watch them. I love the old one. Okay. That's 2 of 2. Let's go ahead. Is he back? Nah, he's not back. Grab all these little... I think there are eggs down here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. I have to do something. Won't come back on. Sorry, I've had a ton of fun, though. If there's anything you want to tell me, you know where to find me. No worries, Miss Maggie. I appreciate you for stopping on and saying hi, and congratulations again on that. That was such a fantastic thing. Please go and celebrate and have fun, and we'll talk soon. No worries, or hopefully we will. Watch, dude, peasant. What are your favorite Brit? I mean, that's all right. I've not seen it Dune. Only played the '90s RTs based on the game called Dune 2. Yeah. Your life depends on a coin flip, usually, and most enemies have attacks that give infections. And if you're infected, oh wow, okay. Retro, who's your favorite, me or Anna? Now I know this is tough. Take your time. Well, okay, put me between a rock and a hard place there, huh? Thank you, Lago. I have to check that out. That sounds very similar to... Oops. Let's go ahead and grab these really quickly. Okay. I'll let you answer, you see. Don't worry, I'm not offended. I have pity. What is your favorite dreams? Stardew Valley being real, maybe? That would be really cool. There's a, there's one called, speaking of Stardew Valley being really good, there's also one called Graveyard Keeper that I quite like. That's in that same vein of games. I don't know old Dave, so maybe him, just because it's a guy. I don't know. I mean, squirrels are adorable, but also old Dave's supposed to be a whole human, so I don't know. You think there's something that would keep me away from fear and hunger? What would that be? What do you think? Yeah, you can't use these. I just thought I'd... There is a... I think the last one's over this direction. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to go back that way to get those notes. See if I can turn the camera so that I don't just get smacked. Yep, those are the only 4 notes I'm missing. Dang, I had forgotten to get those before I went. That's okay, though. That's all 10. So, and I'll go ahead and get these golden feathers. Can I jump that high? Oh, I can. Never mind. Ha ha ha. Shoot. Can I not jump that high on this one, though? Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I think there's one... There we go. Let's see. I think squirreliness is more like Conquer. That if they're more like Conquer is enjoyable. Oh yeah, that'd be good. There's also nudity in the game. When I say cruel, I mean it. I probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't be something I'd play on stream if it's got an excessive amount of nudity or violence. Well, not violence. Nudity probably. Remember when? Because we had nudity on the channel at one point, and we tried to censor it, and it didn't go super well because I accidentally misplaced the censor bar. But it wasn't also the focus of the game, and you know, that was completely on me. That was completely my fault. Swung the squirrel dodged. It was like 90s Mike Tyson hit him with a clean right hook. Well, we're about to get to see 2024 Mike Tyson try to hit what I believe to be a squirrely individual, so to speak. I think that's going to be an interesting fight, and it's happening actually here in the state of Texas. That'll be fun. It's one of the disliked parts of the game, but for me it's still a very good game. So, when I'm thinking cruel, nudity, violence, I'm thinking of something very not okay, and I don't know if that's correct. Duly noted. Imagine having access to Doom movies and not watching them. I want to. We had nudity on the channel. If you talked about... No, that's not true. I just replayed Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. That's such a good game. That game took me a while to get acclimated to with the dual thumbstick controller. or with the having to use the dual thumbsticks, kind of irrespective of each other. But I actually really did like it, and it was incredibly sad, but I did like it a lot. That's a great game. I've gone, something I've done, I know a lot of people have that game digitally. I've gone to doing the games, for the most part, physically. So that's one of those that we do have on disc, which I'm very happy about. If he loses that fight, I will lose all respect for him. I mean, I'm inclined to agree. It's the problem I have, I guess, is he is taking the fight at almost 60, and his opponent's 26. Should that make a difference? Maybe not, but at the same time, will it make a difference? I don't think I can. If I remember, these are indestructible coffins, but I'm going to double check. Yeah. Should he take the fight? No, he shouldn't have. But at the same time, it's pride, and maybe he lets age get ahead. I don't know. I know, and I don't think he will. Nope, you can't have me. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't think he's gonna pull his punches. That's the one thing. He looked like, when they did the weigh-ins and everything, he did not look thrilled with. He didn't look, to me, he didn't look thrilled at all with the way Jake Paul was treating him. So I do think he will. I do think he will actually give it all he's got. And he's not. I mean, his training looks insane. It looks like he's been doing a ton. So. I mean, I beat Tyson in a sparring match back in '99, but that's me. He doesn't pull his punches. Yes, and hopefully so. Of New Astro's Playroom, maybe it can elaborate on. I don't know. I loved it, but the dialogue made me laugh because the language sounds funny. It does. It sounds funny, but then they do such a good job of telling a story. It does tear you a little bit in that way. I thought it was really good. That era had a lot of really good games, I think, that came out. That I think people caught on to for a little bit, and then they just dropped. That one. What was another one? It was that one. It was. What's the other one? We'll go ahead and get the Cheeto page while we're out here. What is... I can never remember the name of it. The time puzzle one that I can never... I don't know why. I can never remember it, but... But I think a lot of those kind of got... I think a lot of those kind of fell by the wayside. Okay, it's Cheeto. We'll go ahead and skip. He's just... So he gives us codes. There are 3 of him here. He's not counted technically, but... Red feathers, blue eggs, gold feathers. Those are the 3 cheats he gives you. And you can't activate them unless he gives them to you, so... the other one... There was another one before where you have to be the alligator from Bubble Gloop Swamp to get him, so... Let's see. I'm also seeing complaints about the slow text speed in the remake of the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, which is valid. I think a patch is due, Nintendo. I don't understand. I like the fact that they're doing it, but I don't understand why they're going back and making all of those games, remaking or trying to remake these games on the Switch, when I feel like they should or could just make the Switch, give the Switch a GameCube module. Don't get me wrong, I'm not unhappy with the fact that they came out with Paper Mario and the 1000 Year Door as one of the greatest Paper Mario games of all time. But... And maybe the greatest Paper Mario game of all time. Paper Mario game of all time, but I don't... I don't understand why not just make GameCube part of the expansion pass. Well, I thought that might be the case. I thought that the expansion pass, excuse me, I thought the expansion pass might be more lucrative. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is more lucrative to buy the game. I just figure that all the work you have to put into putting the game on discs and advertising for it and all that probably eats up more than just taking the old ROM that you had from the GameCube and, you know, putting it in. But, you know, maybe you're right. Let me see if I gotta go break that eye before so I can get that jigsaw piece. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, they actually have GameCube controller, the GameCube. Okay, well, fine. I guess I have to slam into it that way. All right, fine. We'll do it. Time sensitive. We'll do it though. We got it. Then again, they did change some scripting and stuff in the remake. What did they change? Goombella encountering Goombas, and of course Vivian. Okay, fair enough. Wait, why of course Vivian? There are rumors of a Horizon remake. Now, I love the game, but really, a game from 2017? Yeah, that's true. Horizon's really good. They did that with Last of Us, right? I mean, Last of Us, they came out with Last of Us 1, and then they oof. They came out with Last of Us 1, then they came up with Last of Us 2, then they came out with Last of Us 1 Remake, then they came out with Last of Us 2 Remake. And I believe Last of Us 2 Remake's the same bleeding price as the, I believe it's the same bleeding price as the new game, as the game would have been new. There we go. Surprise! Surprise, says Maggie. Everybody! Quick, everybody! She snuck up on us. She's got the... Drop your guns. Welcome back, Maggie. Miss Maggie. Did I tell you the story about the earphone scam? I don't think so. Quick, hide. I was going to say, she's got the drop on us. I need to make a confession? Okay. What confession is that? I'm curious. And also, yeah, I don't think I heard about the earphone scam, but I would definitely be interested to hear what it is. I think I woke that other one up, didn't I? I guess not. Never liked the dumb noise dialogue. Fair enough. Even back in the day. I don't mind it too much. This is the part for me that this is the part for me that I get a little bit miffed with, because I have to remember what I have and haven't done and where I'm going, and this is the part that gets a little tricky for me. That's it, I'm leaving. It depends on what the noise is. Like, obviously, I don't have a problem with, let's go up here real quick. I know we've got a mine, but it depends on what there are things in this game that I don't like. Again, this is not a perfect 10 on 10 for me. This is a darn close, great game. But 10 on 10s are really hard to come by. And I think that even the most perfect games, there's almost always the quote-unquote that section. So, admittedly, I think the close to a 10 on 10 that I come, again, is probably Witcher 3. Because for me, there wasn't a that section, which was great. In addition to the music and the story. Even KOTOR, my favorite game of all time, has a that section, and it's the underwater portion of Manon. Okay, let's see. I bought Bluetooth earphones that are supposed to have noise cancellation and that hearing aid mode thing. The listening they said it had, but it did not. Really? Banjo's a masterpiece to me. I have so much nostalgia, but I never liked it. It bothered me more in Yuka. Yeah, that's fair. Why? So, were you able to get a return or a refund or a partial refund at least for not having those features, Maggie? Miss Maggie? Doesn't feel comfortable saying Maggie to me, so I apologize. Miss Maggie is much more comfortable to me. I hope that's okay. Wanted to return them, but they said I can't. Why wouldn't they let you? If you were advertised to falsely, why would they not allow you to do a return on them? BioShock is a 10 on 10 for you. Then that's fair. BioShock's a great game for that. Well, eventually I sold them to my grandmother and bought better ones, like for 10. Okay, well, at least it wasn't a total loss. Yeah, I'll fight tooth and nail. If you tell me it's supposed to have something and it's missing that something, I will fight tooth and nail to call that false advertising. Here's Rusty Bucket Bay. We're not going to have to worry about whether we have enough pieces. We're doing 100%, so we're going to actually have some left over. I think if you get 100% of all of the jigsaw puzzles, even after all bonus puzzles, I believe you have 2 Jiggies left over. I know, Jiggies is still silly. BioShock doesn't feature dumb animal noises, 0 on 10. Now, that is a good game. I'm wearing them for the first time right now. I have enhanced ambient noise on. Well, not the first time properly, but yeah, I've tried them. I hope I sound okay. I hope that as your ears are more sensitive with the enhanced features of that, as they're more, I guess, sensitive to the noises coming in through them, that my voice doesn't become more annoying or more a problem. Okay, so that just leads back over there. Okay, that's fine. I try to EQ so that I don't sound overwhelmingly this or that, things that might be uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, I still have to deal with my voice, and there's not anything else I can do, really. They have in-ear detection, which is useful. Oh, that's really nice. That's definitely nice. Wait, now I have to double check if I can adjust EQ or other things on OBS. You can! If you would like to do it the way that I do it, or similar to the way I do it, what I would recommend doing is going online on whatever browser you're comfortable with. This is my least favorite level, guys, so this forgive me if I'm sloppy at this one, because this one, there's a couple of different things that happen here. Firstly, you have the boat. Secondly, underneath the boat there are motors. Inside the boat there's an engine room. There's a Jiggy in there. There are 2 motors that are spinning right now rapidly underneath the boat that are... I have to get 1 Jiggy from behind. This water is oil laden, and because of that, it is... Excuse me, I'm sorry. Firefox. Yes. Fair play. I would log into your Firefox browser. Maggie's right. Miss Maggie is right. The Firefox should be the browser of choice. I don't disagree with that. You should log into your Firefox browser, and you should download Reaper plugins. They are free. They are VST compatible, and they will work with your OBS, and then you can go in and you can use a Reaper noise gate, which is great, a Reaper compressor, a Reaper EQ, and it's a multi-band EQ, no limit on the bands. It's really good. No. This is... So the water is oil laden, so your oxygen actually drains twice as quickly, and you'll notice there are a lot of things to be done underwater. So while you're on top of the surface of the water, your oxygen is drained, and while you're under it, it drains twice as fast. So I'm thinking maybe you can see why this gets a little frustrating. shows how weak it is compared to the others. Yeah, this is definitely my least favorite. And she'll come up and obligatorily tell me that the things that I've just told all of you, and I'm sure several of you already knew. I've seen a few N64 inspired games I want to show you in video. I'll look for them later. Sure, yeah. I've used Reaper before, least of all to make the Dalek voice. So Reaper is my favorite DAW of all time. I did. It's $60 US to buy a basically a permanent license. So I did do that. Yeah, I did do that. But it is. I mean, it's essentially free to use. So if you are someone who is interested in stellar audio tools for not a lot of money, I can't recommend Reaper enough. But yeah, you can get the re-plugins, and you can get the re-plugins. They're absolutely free. They work with OBS, and then you just go into your VST2. Whoops! You just go into your VST2 section. There we go. You go into your VST2 section in your plugins in OBS, and it'll let you real time do your EQ. Talking about, let's see. Oh, talking about terrible stages. Half-Life 1 is that kind of game that you think on happily, but then you realize half of the chapters suck. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good question too, Miss Maggie. What if you can think of games? What are games that you feel like are remembered more fondly than they perhaps deserve to be? I gotta look around and see if I've missed anything. I don't think so. I don't think I've missed anything. How do I get out of here, though? That's a good question. I have to remember now. Well, didn't know he was there. I'll take a life back. Okay, sorry about that. I've had a cold for about a week, and it's nearly off. Colds can go fair. Half-Life 1's Zen chapters you usually hated in contrast research. Okay, all right. Yeah, I was just say I think that definitely. I can understand that one definitely being up there, but I'm curious. Games that are remembered fondly but don't deserve their fond remembrance. I think honestly, the Sonic Adventure games. Whoops. I think the Sonic Adventure games certainly belong there. I think I see what I'm supposed to do. For me, I think that, yeah, I mean, like, those weren't ones that I particularly did, but it seems like a lot of people have fond memories of those, and I don't think those are very... I don't particularly think those are very good games, but I do have them. I was about to say Sonic Adventure 1. Okay, no, that's fair. Metal Gear Solid 4 has, what, an hour and a half post-credit cutscenes? It might as well be a movie. I don't understand. I don't remember how I'm supposed to get out of here. I like Kojima, but I do think he's overrated in a way. The worship for him is weird. Well, at least you can pause MGS4. From what I hear, MGS2 had to skip cutscenes to attend to real life. Yeah? Half-Life... I definitely think that's where it picks up. I don't know if I would say it sucked until then. I mean, obviously, it's your opinion. I'm not trying to change that, but I don't know if I would say it sucked up until then. I would certainly say when you get to Ravenholm, it is much better. Yeah, I would definitely say that. Can I just do a flip-flap off of that plank and get back into the... It looks like that's the only option I'll have. Although it looks way too high. Yeah. I don't remember how I'm supposed to get out of this. Root Canal is kind of boring. Water Hazard is just very boring. Ravenholm, it was amazing. Highway 17 had an amazing atmosphere. Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I would, like I said, I would say that you're spot on with saying that at least it is the most exciting part of the game. I don't. Would it be wise for me just to take a death here, I guess? I might just take a death here. Let's do that. Well, shoot. Oh, I see it. I think normally it takes 1 minute for your oxygen to deplete. And I believe that's how long it takes if you're on the surface, but if you're underneath, I believe it takes double. Anti-Citizen is one of my favorite chapters, and put the part in the bank kind of reminds me of how the old building interiors look like over here. I can smell it. He doesn't need my help, though. I appreciate it. I think you can swim out through. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it. I didn't see that, and I wish I had. I wonder that when it comes to bank levels, speaking of that, honestly, one of the best levels of all time, in my opinion, bank levels, is anybody here, can I ask this? Is anybody here a fan of Splinter Cell or the Splinter Cell games? I think the third game had a game. The third mission was called Banco de Panama, and I think that is one of the best. It's a bank heist mission, and I think it's amazing. There we go. Never played? Okay. It's older, so I mean that makes sense. The first one I think was like 02 or something like that. Okay. Here's where we're talking about the engine room, so there may be some deaths taken here. I will try not to, but... I'm clipping through all kinds of things. Well, there's a death I couldn't avoid. I was clipping through everything. My brother got himself into Parappa the Rapper 2. The music is honestly catchy, and I hate it. Fair enough. I sort of played Splinter Cell, but not really. Chaos Theory I've heard is the best. I liked Pandora Tomorrow, but I do agree that it's probably the most. The original was Xbox exclusive. It is now it's on Xbox, PlayStation 3, and it's on Xbox, PlayStation 3 on the remastered trilogy and on PC. Yeah. Kip Chop punished all the yeah, the engine room is one where I think death will be taken a time or two, and then also I'll probably take a couple of deaths in trying to get that one out of the front blade. And then Rusty Bucket Bay is the one that certainly takes me the longest and is the most difficult for me to complete, so this may be the only full world that I complete in this one. I don't remember what this one is. I remember if I hit it wrong, it hits... I think it's like... I remember it's on the side of the boat here somewhere. I'm fairly certain. Let's break some windows. I loved one of them Chamberlammy. That was years ago. And the cooking level. That's funny. From the Viddy comment. I really don't like this. Yeah. Nope, me neither. This is the only level in all of... Take that back. This is the only level in all of Banjo-Kazooie that I could say, well, this could have been done without completely. I'm not a huge fan of... I'm not a huge fan of Click Clock Woods, but I can appreciate it. I think it's just too ambitious. But this one is a level that I actually just don't like at all. Oh, I really like that they're doing a lot of video games. To your point, they're doing a lot of video game, a lot of movie and video game inspired cookbooks. I really love that. I think that's super cool. They did a. I mean, obviously, Star Wars is one that I had to. Star Wars is one that I had to do. And I think we have a Harry Potter one, which I know nothing of. I don't know very well. I know some. I don't know very much about Harry Potter. My wife is more. She knows more about it than I do. I have the Hogwarts Legacy game though, and I think that's a blast. I think it's a really fun game. But I just don't know anything about it, so maybe I'll play that on stream eventually if somebody would be interested in it, but watching me learn and toddle my way through worlds I don't know at all. As if it doesn't look like that's already what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that one just turns evil. Okay, I was gonna do something and then I realized that was a stupid idea and I got bitten anyway. I've still only been reading the Witcher books. That's it for me at the moment. The Witcher books are great. I don't think The Witcher 3 is that. Yeah, we definitely disagree on that. But I mean, it's the same time. It's none of us. That's the thing. Is people like this is the good thing. I like the fact that we disagree on things like that because, dang it. And that we still get along. There it is, 312111. Because I guess it shows the rest of the world you can disagree on something like that. Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and it still isn't something that I feel like I should defend beyond a friendship. I think that just seems silly. I just enjoy my stuff and let people enjoy theirs. But I do think for me, I think Witcher 3 is one of the greatest games of all time. So my recommendation is just try it for yourself, see what you think. Maybe you'll be more inclined to agree that it's great. Maybe you'll be more inclined to agree that it's not so great. Maybe you'll have your completely own opinion somewhere else on the spectrum of good and bad. Okay, I'll go now for real. Well, you're always welcome. I mean, always welcome back if you can. If you can't, then whatever's comfortable for you, Miss Maggie. It's always a pleasure to get to talk with you. Most people didn't even play. Let's see. It's better. Is it better to play the previous games or go straight into Witcher 3? Yeah, I agree with Ash on that. It's definitely, most people didn't play the first two. I do like the first two quite a bit, and since you've read the books, since you're reading the books, you might appreciate the first game quite a bit just because it is based on The Last Wish. It's based on the stories of The Last Wish. But you don't have to. I do think it's fun to try and play the second one if you can get into the control scheme. Just because you get to make a lot of the story that occurs in the third game, but if not, you can always just make it up. You can always just make it up in the third game. It'll ask you a series of questions, and that's fine too. You won't be lost either way. It does a good job of keeping you up to speed. Woo! Okay, I have to remember the crane one over here. There's a lot of timer on this too. There are a lot of timer games, which are my least favorite types of the games on these. Let's see. Which two is fairly popular? Which one is based on The Last Wish? I'm there. Oh yeah. Well, for story reasons. Yeah, some of it. No, I'm not. The whole thing isn't necessarily, because you have to bear in mind that there are some schools. Like, for example, in the first one, it's fine. Like, you can actually switch between, which is interesting. You can switch between fighting styles for the different schools. The second game adds a school that didn't exist in the books, which is the School of the Snake. Whoops. I'll have to do it again. That's okay. I couldn't remember if I have to climb or if I have to jump across. But it is better to climb. If I remember, it's the short story of Vidi. Yeah, or of Geralt fighting the Striga. Yep, you got it. The one where he has to sleep in the coffin. That would be correct. Perfect. I did actually take that damage on purpose because I needed to bounce in a specific direction. This level's terrible. Yeah, that's a good way. It's like Larry the Intern. Hold on, wait a minute. No thumbs designed to level while being high. Well, that's not as good as some random. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm sorry, I'm catching up on comments. It definitely is. You're gonna see how much worse this level will get. It does get worse, but that's okay. We'll get it. It's the only level that I actually dread, though, in the whole game. Also, you have these enemies, these TNT. They touch you, they blow up. You take damage. Not a specific favorite of mine. You can shoot them with eggs thrice, and they'll blow up. And they can also just randomly blow up, like that one did. Well, shoot. Okay, we'll get the mini one. We just need these notes. We'll take the honeycomb too, I think. Banjo, grab it, please. Thank you. Okay, I think that's all we need out of this room. It's just the notes. Okay, I can't carry that golden feather, so no big deal. A video of That says Riveria. Wait, what? I don't know if I can say that. Riveria. Vidia of Rivia. There we go. Guys, if there were an epic story fighting orcs and witches and monsters on an adventure, who would be the one to turn on us like... It would be me. I mean, I don't know, Ash. Where do your loyalties lie? No, I'm teasing. But I would come back to help in season 2. Yeah, Ash would be the... Oh, shoot, the Negan character. I don't know if anybody's watched The Walking Dead. I haven't really watched all of it, but I've read the stuff. It'd be the Negan. Geralt does get backstabbed a fair few times. But which one of us is Geralt and which one of us the other characters? You know, it's funny. Geralt's not even the strongest Witcher, even by the book's admissions. And I don't know how many books you're in, but he's not even like, everybody knows Geralt, the White Wolf, the Butcher of Blaviken and all that, but like, he's not even the strongest or the most gifted Witcher. It's that much is said. There's a Conquer poster right there. Let's take a look at that in a second. Here. It's a sad Conquer. He's like, yeah, okay. Gerald. No, I believe they said, no, it's okay. I saw it and I was like, wait a minute. But then I remember, I was like, oh, it's Rivia. But I knew what you meant. I was looking there for a second. I was like, I don't think I can say it the way it's typed. And it was throwing my brain off, so it's my fault. No worries. No, I believe Eskel is supposed to be the most gifted Witcher, actually. Lambert first, right? But then Eskel, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe the books do state that. Geralt of Ribena. That's what it is. It's going to be Geralt of Ribena. Gotta be careful not to fall off here. I know that this is literally what they did. They put the notes on the very edge and hoped you would fall off and have to figure out how to get back, because you can't jump up there. You have to jump on one of the boxes. What a pain. There's nothing to be done there. I just wanted to show my distaste at this level. Yeah, I think they say Eskel is the most gifted of the Witchers. And then, of course, in 2, you have a new character, which has never been in the books, which I really love. And no spoiler, he's in the intro cutscene. His name is Letho of Gullet. He's the from the novel's perspective, he's in the non-existent school of the snake. Very, very cool. Witcher fans, join the chat here. Kind of, yeah. I just realized we started a Witcher thread because we were talking about games that are good and but personally don't like stuff, and Witcher 3 being one of Ash's. I think Ash just doesn't like the most of the Witcher 3 at all. Am I right, or is that? I think he just doesn't care much for the game on the whole. I don't think it's just not liking a specific part of it. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I thought it was really good. I very much enjoy it. And would recommend it to friends. So, but like I said, draw your own conclusions, because he's got. I mean, I'm very positive he's got good reasons for not liking it as much as I do for liking it. Okay, you're more indifferent to it than. Okay, that's fair. I would rather race Canary Mary than do this level, though. Call it. I mean, they could have. Clearly, that's what they made here. And like I said, there are a couple of places that I'll probably just take a death because it's just difficult. There's like I said, you'll see one. The one I hate the most is that there is a jiggy inside of the fans of this there's a Jiggy inside of the fan of this of the engine room. Okay, so I gotta jump down here real quick. Can I think I can. Okay, yeah, I can make it back, so fine. I bet there's a guy in Rare who's like, I've got this idea for us. Let's go get it. Well, see, that's the thing. When you talk about the tall factory, I think I like Grunny Industries better. I have to be careful. Some of these bridges are timed bridges. Okay. We got our first Jinjo. My goodness. They did Grunny Industries in the second one, which I actually thought was a decent. But to ask for this one to be, I guess, was a wish too far. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and poke the dynamite button. I wonder how many Russians have had pet bears and dressed it up as Banjo. I don't even know how many Russians have had pet bears. Grunny Industries better Rusty Bucket Bay. I just like with Grunny Industries isn't the greatest one either. I think the music's good, and I like Weldar. I like Weldar much more than I like this fight that I'm about to make. You can see why this is... Oof. There we go. I'm not glitching. I didn't even know you could glitch the boss, if I'm to be honest with you. How do you glitch the boss? Oh my goodness. Do you really not remember this one, Ash? I'm sorry to have awakened your nightmares, because this is definitely... I'm with you there. Well, I don't know if I hate it. I'm pretty close. Like, I very much dislike it, but I don't know if I'm quite to the hating it part, because that's reserved for games like Ride to Hell Retribution. Excuse me. Ticks all the boxes for... Yeah, kinda. Fire at the before it starts to separate the Jiggy from it, so you can collect it without even fighting the boss. I didn't even know you could do that. Oh, I'm sure you. I know you've very likely completed it. You know, several times. It's just your brain's trying to protect you. Yeah, this is not one of my favorites. Not one of my favorites at all. Oh wait, wrong one. Oh, neither of these are breakable. Where'd the other one go? I thought there was one more breakable window on this side. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, let's do outside of the boat then. I wonder why they hated themselves while making... I don't know. I mean, like, the music's fine. I think the music of Grunny Industries is better. Okay. I gotta get that one again because of the... I took a death. Go ahead and reclaim some life. Okay. We don't need to go back in there. So again, remember, this is the gimmick of this level is that your oxygen is drained regardless of whether or not you are underwater. If you're underwater, it's drained twice as quickly. Okay. Snacker's also back. I guess people, when they replay, skip this level at least. You can, if you get all of the... Yeah, you can technically skip this level if you get everything else. You can... I think you can skip this all together. Yeah. Yeah, I think he did. I think he still did a good job here. I do think the Grunny Industries music is better. Boom, 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 boom. I think that one's a little bit better. The key to the level? Wait. Imagine if I just skipped it. It's possible. Like I said, if you got everything from every other one and you skip this, you can skip this level and not have to do anything with it. So I mean, it is possible. It's possible that you just 100%ed everything else and was like, forget this one. Yeah, this is the only level that I dislike. Other than this, I think the game is tip top, but I don't think at any point in time I have been quiet about my distaste for this level. I'm fairly certain, in fact, that I have not been. I'm fairly certain that I have stated pretty outrightly that I don't like this level. Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. We'll do this side first because I believe... Yep, Genjo. Okay. Forget that guy. Oh yeah, these barrels, by the way, they don't balance very well, so it's very hard to jump onto them. They'll dump you off into the sludge. In case you were wondering why I was just completely stupid and missed it, it is my fault though. Okay. Whew. Okay, thank goodness we're done with that one. I believe we can go... Let's see. J-Mick says, Hey J-Mick, how are you doing? I hope you're doing alright. I saw this level in the game's manual not knowing it was going to Not knowing how much it was going to be horrible. I actually kind of like this level, except for the engine room. Oh yeah, we'll get to the engine room video, and you vent please all you want, because I hate the engine room too. The engine room, again, I hate the engine room, and I hate the timed jiggy on the outside of the propellers. Those are my least favorite. So, you can throw every possible expletive that you want at it. I will likely agree. 4. There we go. This one I think is a timed bridge, is it? One of these is a timed bridge. At least one of these is a timed bridge. If you die, all of the bridges go back, so you have to start over. You don't get your eggs back, though. I mean, I did it to myself, technically. Saying I want to play Banjo-Kazooie, no big deal. Saying I want to 100% Banjo-Kazooie, that's where I got myself into trouble, because you don't get to skip. I'll take that. And also, it is good to have the extra Mumbo Skulls, because his last transformation is quite expensive. Good lord. There's no transformation in this one. Viddy, you should make that. You should make a Viddy Vince. You know what really grinds my gears? Rusty Bucket Bay on Banjo-Kazooie. I absolutely freaking hate that level. You go in there, you stay under, you try to go under the water, you can't breathe. Okay. You stay on top of the water, you can't breathe. Can't find all friggin' Jinjos? Okay. That kind of, that kind of style. You excited there, buddy? Alright. Oh, I'll just, okay, well. I don't look like there's really anything worth having in here. Okay, well, later, guys. Peter Griffin plays Banjo-Kazooie, confirmed. There's a real-life Peter Griffin who's... I don't look like Peter Griffin, so there's a real-life Peter Griffin, I think, that is... probably... It would be fun to watch him play the game. I just do a somewhat passable impersonation of the voice, I think. Whoops. There we are. If you beat them all, you get a 1-up. I think I'm setting at 12 right now, though. Even though it says 9, it doesn't count past 9. But I think I get... I think I'm setting at 12 right now, so I think I'm alright for that. Okay, 50 feathers is my current maximum, so we're good there. There's a Jinjo in here, I just have to remember where he is. I want to hear Retro's Peter Griffin complaining about why they ruined MK with MK1. I started kind of watching, because I'm not super interested in MK1 playing it yet. I probably will when it comes down in price. I'm interested in the story just to see what they have done with it, so I kind of was watching someone play through it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever, I guess I get it, but shoot. But yeah, I don't know why they needed to do that. And it seemed like that they had rushed it so much. Now, granted, I haven't finished seeing it, but it seemed like they rushed it so much too. It's like, there was a... There, this'll do it. Okay, where did I come in? There. Oh, it's basically that. I saw it, and I was just kind of like, what I had seen of it, I guess. I was like, I mean, it seemed like a lot of this. It seemed like there were a lot of things that needed exposition that just got rushed over really quickly. It was, oh, hey, you've won Mortal Kombat against them, and then, oh, I've predicted that they were going to do this. Oh, you thought I meant this sorcerer, but I actually meant this one. And I was like, okay. So, you know, I'm not saying anything that's hopefully spoiling anything. I'm trying not to, but it's just I'm with you on that. It doesn't seem great. It looks like they lost. I mean, there's some cool stuff in it. There was some cool origin stuff. I thought that there was some cool kind of origin questions answered on like Kenshi and stuff, I thought, but apart from that, it was like, eh. There we go. All right. So we've got one more Genjo to get, and he's underwater over here. I'm trying to take care of everything outside of the boat, and then we can just focus on the engine room and be done, hopefully, with it fairly quickly. I dislike the current writer. I'm also a die-hard fan, though, so it probably bothers me more. Well, that's fair. It does sound like it was a disappointment. I only have the first 3. I guess that's all I need right now. I liked Mortal Kombat. If I had to pick a Mortal Kombat that I really thought was great, or at least that I really enjoyed, it was 4. Obviously, I like Shaolin Monks, I like Deception, I like Armageddon, but 4 was just one of those kind of, I don't know, it just felt like a pure classic to me. Okay, I have to remember where the hole is. It's right there. Okay. Stand up here on the box, get my air back. It wasn't letting me move. Okay, remember, my air doesn't come back until I'm on solid ground. Whew. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I gotta pause it. That one's nerve-wracking. MK2, MK Deception, and MK9, yeah? Shaolin Monks be a great co-op game for you to play sometime with someone. Yeah, that's true. Shaolin Monks is really good. Yeah, I liked Shaolin Monks and I liked Armageddon quite a bit. And Deception. I liked all of those actually quite a bit. Okay, so we've got all the Genjos. Now we gotta go start doing the engine room stuff. Here comes the hard part. If you have thought that anything that we've just done has appeared to be difficult, we haven't gotten there yet. Okay, we're in the engine room. We'll hope I don't clip out of the gears again. Instant rant I made earlier about the engine room here. Yep. We're about to get there, I promise you. I'm probably going to die a couple of times on this, but it's just that difficult. I don't even care about the Mumbo skull on the other side. I don't even care. There's two. I might take one on a death if I can do it, but other than that, forget that. Okay. That's one. And anything you fall off, just so you know, if you fall anywhere here, it's death, start over. Past the controller. Oh, okay. I don't know how anyone could get the Mumbo tokens in this room. There are one... Yes, yeah, no, I don't... I'm not even... I'm not 100%ing with those. There's no counter for them. I have no way of knowing for 100% unless I looked at the counts, and I'm not going to. I don't even care. I'm going to get everything that you can count that is counted and accounted for, and that's it. And that is honeycombs. That's honeycombs, jiggies, notes. Oof, okay. Oh, forgot to do the freaking... Alright. So now these stop, or they come down to a darn slow, and I've got a time limit to get out there to get them. Not to mention, remember, I also have a breath limit. Turn, please. And if I don't do it, I have to get this all over. There's no way. I'll take a death. That's okay. I'm okay with that. That is my least favorite Jiggy, and I got it, so... Yeah, the camera can get difficult for sure. 2 more Jiggies to get. One of them's easy. It's on the platform in there. Oop, okay. That's my least favorite one to get. The other one is the little dolphin guy that's trapped. I had to check this other one over here. I gotta remember where the room for that little glass thing we saw earlier was. Because I have to turn those fans off. I think... Pretty sure it's not this, because I did that one. It's good to see that they don't... Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I definitely do not like this. I definitely do not like this level. And that particular Jiggy, especially, I do not like. And it does reset... The thing about it is it resets every freaking thing else. Maybe it was down here? Ah, shoot. Come on, Banjo. Thank you. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Thankfully, I don't think I have a time limit on it. It's still frustrating because they still will knock you off. This level is evil. It's almost as bad as The Witcher 3. Oh my goodness, no, this is... I mean, this one is actually bad. It is... It's, again, I don't hate it. There are things about it that I'm like, I'm okay with this, but on the whole, I dislike it, yes. Okay, so now we've got to come back to the engine room. There's one more Jiggy, 4 more notes. Bees won't hurt me so long as he's not broken. This level may be even more evil than the Daleks. Oh, or Dalek. We have a we have a fuel station here that's actually called Dalek or Dalek. I think I may have mentioned that before, but whoops! You son of a gun! But we have. Okay, so maybe... Okay, and you saw me get nudged even though I have the golden feathers. Because the fans never actually stop. Okay. Someone is Ob's not a fan of this. It's one of those moments where your palms are sweating constantly. In the engine room and in the timed ones, it's just yeah. This level is... Yes. I'm taking a second. It's just so bad at... There are some things about it, again, that I'm okay with. There are some things that I don't mind. It's just, this isn't one of them. I'm trying to think of... Give me my refund. I don't think that... To me, I don't think that this one outshines... How do I want to say it? I don't think this... I don't think that the... I don't think that the bad of this one outshines the good of the rest of the game. Because, again, Click Clock Woods is my next least favorite, and I think it's head and shoulders better. Oh, well, that's okay. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, this is... Okay, I gotta remember. How do I... Oh, I gotta get the dolphin one real quick. Both of them are over in this general area, though, so I guess we'll see if I can do this without dying. I could technically have done that with a gold feather, but it's not worth it since the golden feathers are becoming more and more scarce. Okay, let's raise the anchor. Mind you, even with this game, even with this level, the game may as well deserve a 10 out of 10. Don't worry, Dolphin. I'm helping. I don't disagree that this game, like, even though that this level is short, I definitely say this falls in the top echelon of... I would agree that this falls in the top echelon of gaming. It's just very... It's just very unnecessary to have a game that is so good have something so not good. I need a surface. If you can jump for longer periods of time, it only actually counts the amount of time that you're in the water. Okay, and I think I just have to get the remaining, what, I have 6 notes and, or 5 notes. Whoa. Forgot you respawn. I have to get the remaining couple of notes. It's in one of these buildings. It's not that one. I have to remember which one it's in. I think I got them all. Because I believe there are only 12 notes in the engine room. 4, 4, and 4. Maybe you might be right. If I'm missing one, I'll go back. But I think I got all of them. I'd say unless you're saying that unless you're just doing that to get my goat, so to speak, then I'd be like, but I do think there are only 12 notes in there, if I'm not mistaken, or there may be 16. There may have been 4 at the very beginning, but either way, I'm fairly certain I got them all. I'll double check though. Okay. Is it the other building? One of these buildings has like a plank and a boat in it. I think it's one. I think it's this one actually. That one's closed up. I know you can go into 2 of these buildings. Oh, get out of there. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I got them all, but maybe not. I'm trying to figure out where that last, jiggy, or that last honeycomb piece, where the entrance to the building is, because I can't remember. It's in one. I know it's in one of these buildings. I know it's in one of these buildings, but I don't know. It's got a yellow window and a yellow window. You can't break the yellow ones. And the door in the front's not open, so I'm trying to figure out where the last one is. Yeah, I know it's in the... there should be a building with a boat and a plank in it. Oh, you know what? You're exactly right. That's exactly what you're... bite me. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And yeah, I was gonna say, and now we're actually back into... I thought we were back into normal water. It looks like normal water, but I guess not. Okay. Yeah. No worries. Thanks for being here, Bogus. I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry that this level is such a pain that you had to endure the troubles that this thing causes. Because my goodness, does it cause trouble? Oh, there's my flight pad. I thought there were some under the water. Maybe I'm wrong. Nope, maybe not. Oh well, I guess I gotta find 5 more notes. 5 more notes. I have to remember where they are. Come on, Banjo. I don't think they were in here. I'm sure it's on a random... I'll take that life back. I'm pretty sure it's not in here, but I'll double check real quick. And if not, I've got to go back and check the rooms on the boats. That's the only thing that can be a little... Like, again, when you're in this level, it's always that way. You're always going to have that, like, oh, okay, I got the other ones that are counted, but I'm missing 5 notes. You're like, ah, shoot. But I'm pretty... you know what I think they are? Actually, I think I know where they are. I actually think I know where they are. I'll double check, and I'll get that one up real quick, and then I'll get out. I think they're the 5 notes in the closet of the... I think it's the 5 notes in the closet of the sailor barracks. I think that's what it is. Because I don't recall having gotten those. I don't know why I had to start out underwater. I didn't come out underwater, but oh well. Yeah, there are 5 notes inside of a closet. I mean, it could be. I think it's in the. You might be right there. I think it's in the. I have to remember which room is the barracks, but I thought it might have been. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. I hate the little pipe. Can I just do it this way? Nope. He was determined to get me. The bridge is through a little window next to one of the little boats that's stuck to the ship's side, probably the starboard side. Okay. Let me kill this. So, let's see. This would be the front, so starboard would be over here. Got that one. The room only has 4 notes. Huh. Where did I miss a random note? Alright, well, we'll figure it out real quick. Might as well. This will be the sweeping last part, I suppose. Jump in. Jump in all the windows.
Hi.
Yeah, it's not that one. Oh, port side? Okay. No problem. Because I'm pretty sure that the boat's the only reason I say that is because I think the boat's facing... I think this is the back of the boat over here. Because of the propellers. So it's on a window on this side, but next to the little boat still. I don't see any little boat on this one. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. It looks like all the little boats are on the starboard side, as far as I can see. I'll see if I missed one down here real quick. He's finding out by looking at himself. The arrogant, the hubris. The arrogance. Banjo, get in there. Did I miss one of them out here? No. And there should only have been 4 there? Yeah, no. I'll hit that, but I don't care. I'm just... Oh, there is? Okay. On the... Okay, let me look. I don't know why I did that in kind of the... in apathetic way. I'll hit it, but I don't really care. Let's see. Hold on real quick. I'm checking all of the other ones for the one. I went in this one, I'm sorry. I was going to check the other one, but the other one's a bad guy, actually, so never mind. Perfectly executed jump right here. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I see. Said the blind man. Is this the room? This isn't the one I was thinking of. This is one in which I was missing notes. So somewhere there's randomly a single straggling note. And as someone who said he was going to 100% this, guess who has to find it? Son of a gun. Alright, well. Odds are, most of the places that had a note, or have notes, are, I mean, I'm not saying that all of them, but a lot of them... There it is. No, you're good. I appreciate that. But no, we're good to go. We are done with this. As my brother would say, we are done skis. Thankfully, we are done. Alright, Banjo, grab that feather. And I don't care about the Mumbo Skulls. I know that there are 3 that I'm missing. At the very least, I don't even care. we'll pick up what we need from Click Clock Woods and whatever else. We got our witch switch, which means we're good there. I don't have to work on low wages. It's hard work. I appreciate the help, though, very much. Thank you. Oh, my goodness sakes. That was miserable. He paid you? Oh, no, not at all. I went the wrong way. Just nervous sweat. No. Alright, we are done with Rusty Bucket Bay. I'm not going to do Click Clock Woods this time. I'm going to go get the witch switch when I think I'm going to call it. That was enough excitement for anybody. I also pay him. I would probably play that on the stream on a stream at some point. I'm. You might find it disappointing that I am inclined more towards Ash's perspective. That I don't feel like it's a phenomenal game. I think it's a good game. I think it's a fine game. I don't think it's revolutionary, and I think it gets maybe a little bit more praise than it deserves. But I also am one who thinks that if you enjoy it, then that's what matters anyway. Sugary sweets. There we are. So we are 640 to 800. 160 over. Not bad. So you can teach me how to be a witcher. You're a witcher, Viddy. Alright. In the Hall of Spangly. Oh, there's that bull again. And the music is much more pleasant. Much softer. Whoops. And now I think everybody knows why I named that stream Oil and Water, because we go together like oil and water. Oh, just for fun, why don't we go ahead and open up the... We could technically, if we wanted to, we could skip all of Click Clock Woods right now. But I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm with you there. Is it a good game? Is it probably fun? Sure. Is it a masterpiece? There are other games that did the same thing. Arguably as well. Yeah, I agree with you. I like it quite a bit. Okay. I know we can't. We have to raise the water level. Which I messed up. Because I wasn't paying attention to what I was actually supposed to be doing. It's funny that you say that. Somebody actually did make a mod where they put Banjo-Kazooie in Ocarina of Time. There's actually a full-on mod with the Banjo-Kazooie movesets and everything. I didn't mean to do that. I don't remember. Can I just fly around? Maybe not. There's our witch switch one. Okay. Then this climbs up. That's what it is. And it's a time. I believe this one's also a timered switch. But I don't remember why. I guess that was what I was supposed to do instead of flipping around, but whatever. We will go back and do our thing. How's this game on the Switch? It's alright. It's arguably the Xbox versions of it are going to be the best versions of it. Yeah, I argue the Xbox versions are going to be the best versions of it to play. The control scheme on the Switch is very much akin to the Nintendo 64 one, but it doesn't feel as good or natural because of the multiple thumbstick. You know, it doesn't feel as natural. The camera isn't done. This has got to, believe it or not, as much as you might make fun of the camera, and I'm inclined to agree, the camera actually is a lot smoother, and you have a lot more control on this than you do on the Switch. I have not tried to change the controls on it, but I can tell you that the camera does seem to be locked in regardless. So, arguably, I would say the 360 version is the best version. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I had the Switch N64 controller, I feel like I would probably be right at home, but without it, it just feels a little bit more... the camera doesn't move quite as smoothly as well for me. Like on this one, on the original one you use the C buttons. Yeah, on the original one you use the C buttons to move around. There we go. And it would change the camera a little bit each time, you know. But right here, I can actually just move it little bits if I want to, and get a lot more control over the camera, and that's a big deal because the camera here still becomes an issue. It's not Devil May Cry bad, but it gets there. Devil May Cry's got a couple of pockets where you just end up in a corner somewhere and you don't know why or where. Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't like that for me. It was just when you have the 4 button, like when you have on the Nintendo 64, you have the I should have opened the other cauldron up. I didn't think to do that, but oh well. I'm definitely fine adapting, or not adapting, going back from Xbox to Nintendo. I don't have the problem there. Where I run into the problem is again that camera not having the smooth sweep. Okay, we'll come over and wake up the... Wake up the brown cauldron down here. He links to the one below Clanker's Cavern. We'll grab the gold feather since we used quite a few. Yeah, I missed the N64 also. I'm with you there. Alright, and then... fairly certain that behind this is a 1-up, but I don't know if I can reach it yet. That's on top of it. I saw it. Click Clock Wood. I will get a jump on it real quick by taking the 4 notes over here. And opening up the spring. There's a button right there. music of this is good. Okay. I think that is enough headache for everybody. I like that you got the Hex Girls reference back in there. If you're my Mario Party series, okay, so yeah, we got that. I'm making sure. They're used to Xbox. So apparently Dark Souls on Switch is B. B is the action button, not A, even though it's the same layout, which I think you would do that through feel. I would. Mostly talking about the durability of my controllers. I mean, they work, but they've worn out so much. The thumbsticks always wore out super quick because they would do this kind of wonky string. It wasn't really good, strong like elastic. It was just kind of a weird like string, kind of loosey goosey. So it would have been nice to have an. There are several modders out there that have made the strong thumbsticks, which I think is something that I'll probably work on doing. 2 more hours. No, I think this is probably good. I wish I could do the full marathon, but I've got so much back and forth, and then on top of that, to be honest, I'm pretty tired. We actually got a new couch, and so we spent time we actually went Thursday evening, traveled 3.5 hours down to go get it, grabbed a U-Haul, had trouble getting the U-Haul, then drove after that, stayed a night, then drove 3.5 hours with the couch and a U-Haul back, came back, took the old couch, loaded it in the U-Haul, took the new couch out, took the old couch, put it in the U-Haul, put the new couch together, took the old couch and had to drive it out to the recycling center, had it recycled, moved out to return the U-Haul. I mean, it's just been a lot of back and forth, so I don't know if I would be... I don't know if I'd be able to. This is a yawn. That was a genuine yawn. I'm sorry, though. It's okay, though. It's been a good winter. It kind of has. Rusty Bucket Bay tires out the player. 0 for 10. A new couch, man. This streamers make some dollars. No, it was actually given to us, but it's very nice. So it's very, very nice. It's got USB ports in it to charge phones and rocker recliners, and it's very nice. Very nice. All that, and we could have just bought a few bean packs. We've all been there. Very nice. So yeah, it's definitely been a weekend. It's been a good weekend, but it has been a weekend. So, but it's been fun. I think that next time we'll do Click Clock Wood, and we'll probably do the trivia. And if we do it quickly, if I can do Click Clock Wood well and quickly enough, then I will try to do the Grundy fight as well. But the Grundy fight does usually take a minute, so look for tomorrow's long stream. I will actually be out of town this coming week. Oh. I'm sorry. I meant it when I said genuinely tired. I am so sorry. I'll be out of town this week. Be back. Hopefully we'll stream all of that, and then I will be back in town the following week, and then I'll be back out of town the week after. So a lot of travel coming up too. I'm sorry. But it should be good stuff. I'm going to take my little mini, just read the word yawn. See, luckily, it's affecting my schedule. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock for you there, I think. So, it makes one of my friends. That's understandable. But it was, as usual, I'm going to take my little mini Nintendo with my little EverDrive and play my little Super Nintendo games while I'm out in my hotel room and have fun. So it'll be nice. I wish I could stream remote from there, but I can't. Firstly, don't have the internet connectivity. Secondly, don't have the equipment to remote stream. Play Lord of Exile. Yes, I understand. If he'd go to bed, it'd be like morning for him there. Later morning, I guess now, but yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it's morning for him, so. But I think if you guys are all right with it, I think I'm gonna let you all do to your weekends as I will to mine, and to your weeks as well. Let me go ahead and move us over to here. Give us a little bit of music, maybe. And I will say, maybe I should have a morning nap. If you're tired, might as well. I will say thank you for everybody for showing up and dealing with that headache, because Rusty Bucket Bay is absolutely a headache and nothing less. But thank you all for being tolerant of that. A huge thank you to everybody who stopped in and said hi or came in to talk. Ash and Viddy, of course, Miss Maggie, Bogus, J-Mick, all of you for stopping in, saying hi, talking to me. Congratulations on Czech and the Czech Republic winning the World Cup against Switzerland for I say the World Cup, I guess it's the International Hockey Cup. That's better, IIHB. But any which way, congratulations on that. A high note to celebrate and to go out on, which is phenomenal. Around the streams and looked at video plays. Otherwise, Rusty Bucket Bay would never have been complete. That's true. A huge thank you to you for that too, because my goodness, it would have taken substantially longer. For those of you who watch this, who watch this live, I want to say thank you. But for those of you who watch this after, a huge thank you to you as well. If you're not familiar and it happens to be the first time you stop in and decide to watch this kind of stuff, if you do catch me live, it's always fun to get to talk, to get to meet you and get to speak about whatever you're passionate about, whatever you think is interesting and cool and great. But I do want to also say that if I happen not to be your speed, there are a great several links down in the description that might be more along your lines. If you take a look down there, Viddy, who is here in the chat here, Viddy's Gaming Videos and Viddy Play has a great backlog of candid games, as well as really well written and shot game reviews, which I highly recommend taking a look at. Ash has a channel that's up right there, and there should be hopefully more stuff coming. I don't know on that channel is what I mean to say, so I highly recommend checking it out. Ash, I should have asked you before that if you need me to make any adjustments to the links so that people can be appraised of what you've got going on, because I'm super excited and I'm sure they will be too. But then I just thought of that as I was saying it. So I will get the correct link put down there so you can keep track. But either way, I'm excited to see the things that are coming and hope that you will be to get notified as they come down the pipeline. And then, of course, we have Omega Ace Gaming, who's doing his wonderful esoteric playthroughs, as well as his Harmony of Dissonance playthrough right now, which are always fun. And then Thumb Bros, who's doing awesome Let's Learn, Let's Play, speed run, all kinds of different strategies. A lot of great stuff on both his Twitch and his YouTube channel. And if none of those should strike your fancy, although I don't know how they couldn't, then my beautiful wife also streams a lot of just random and oftentimes newer PC stuff on her channel on Twitch. You might want to check her out, see when she goes live. A whole bunch of people that I absolutely would put my name behind if it meant anything, but certainly would say that there are a lot of fun and good people that would help hopefully bring happiness and the wonder of gaming back into your life if that was something you felt like you were missing. Otherwise, I'm exhausted and I am very much probably going to go and sit down and not move again. And I am so sorry that sounds so awful. But I do hope all of you had fun. I hope you all had a great time. And I hope you all will have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you happen to be here, it's a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day holiday weekend. And if you're not, then just a wonderful rest of your weekend, a wonderful beginning to your week. And we'll see you guys next time.